my amazing artists. It's the beginning of a new school year, and we are doing this weird digital thing where you're at home and I'm at home, but we're still gonna make artwork together. So for our very first challenge for art, what you're gonna do is set up your sweet spot, which is a fun little way to call your art space. I really want you to create a space in your home that you can create your really cool art and be super creative. That sweet spot, that place that you're going to make all your artwork and do your schoolwork, should have 4 things. Thing number 1, that place needs to make you feel very creative. Thing number 2, the spot needs to make you feel happy. Number 3, it needs to have all of your really cool art supplies close by so that you can grab what you need at a moment's notice to make super cool art. 4, you need a place to store your artwork. We're going to make things throughout these coming weeks that might take more than 1 week to complete. So in between, you're going to need a spot to tuck that artwork away somewhere really safe so you can pull it out later and keep on working on it. If we don't have a safe place to keep our artwork, it'll get lost, or I'll dog what you did. Or our little brothers or sisters might grab it and turn it into their own creation. We can't have that. Now, a cool thing is that every artist's sweet spot or makerspace or studio looks totally different. There is no one way to create a sweet spot. If you scroll down to the resources section of this page, you will see some really cool pictures of famous artists' sweet spots. So you can see what they like to have around them to create. It can be a little bit of anything. Sometimes their spaces are huge. Sometimes their spaces are very small. Sometimes their spaces are super messy with art stuff everywhere and things all over the place. And sometimes their spaces are very organized and crisp and clean. It all depends on who you are, where you live, and what your personality is. Everybody needs different things. Artists like Robert Ross likes to have all of his stuff around him, but he keeps all of his supplies in nice little cups. Joey DeRoy, he's from Washington, D.C., which is pretty cool. He likes to work on the floor. He's just in his bedroom, his artwork is against the wall, and he works on the floor. Artist Yinka Shonibar has tiny spaces that she works. It's kind of like a card table, and it's in the living room. You can move it around, and it's all in one tiny little spot. You don't need a big space in order to make artwork. Some artists like Kyle Shoemaker and Arturo Prinz, they work outside. They feel inspired by nature and have their studios and their maker spaces outside. So, to think about our first part, a place that we can be creative. One thing that you're really going to need is something flat and hard to work on. It's a little easier to make our artwork if we're on something solid. So maybe there is a table or a desk that you can work on. I sometimes really like working on the floor, and some of the artists down below also really like to work on the floor because that feels good whenever we're in a chair all day long. Sometimes it feels good just to be on the floor making artwork. Maybe you even are working on the surface of a chair, sitting on the floor and working on the part that you normally sit on your chair with your artwork. Thing number 2, your space needs to make you happy. So I don't know about you, but having things around me that make me feel creative and bring me joy makes me happy. So that's why I put this kind of stuff in my makerspace. I have some pretty decorations on my wall. I have some previous artwork that I've made. I even have pictures of people that I love and artwork that they've made for me. So make sure there are things around you that make you happy. Part number 3. Have all of your artwork in a container. So we want to make sure that everything that we need to create is close by. So grab what you need and put it in somewhere that you can keep track. So for me, I have a couple containers with my markers and pencils. I have some bigger ones with my packs of crayons and my markers just thrown in. Or maybe you even have a bag that you keep all your artwork or your art supplies in. So I have my scissors and my glue and some colored pencils all in a baggie. That works too. That way it's always in one spot, and when it's time to make art, you can grab that and get started. So put it all in one good place. Whenever it's in a nice little container, it keeps it safe from other people too, because the school district is giving you an art kit. You're gonna get a big big baggie of supplies with some big white paper, some construction paper, some Elmer's glue, and some paint. You're all gonna get paint, which is so exciting. And it's gonna come in a great big plastic baggie. So you can keep everything that you need in there if you want to, in that great big bag. And then it's always safe, so that whenever you need to make your artwork, it's there, you don't lose it, and no one else uses it for something else. The final thing that you need to make our art space and our sweet spot perfect is a place to keep our artwork as we're working on it. Because we won't always get things done in one session. It might take a few, just like how whenever we're in class. So grab a folder, if you have one, to put your artwork in. Then it's always in one place and it'll be kept safe. Or even a baggie works perfect for this too. You can grab your baggie, put your artwork in it, and then it's safe for your next time. You can even take a big piece of paper, fold it in half. That will work. Or maybe you have a container or a box that you're going to slide your artwork right in to keep it safe. It's up to you, but make sure you can keep it safe in between class. When you get your art kit from the school district, one very important thing to do is going to be writing your name on the outside of that bag. Everyone in your family should get one if you're in Howard County School District. So everybody should write their name on their supplies so that they know whose is whose and you can all keep them straight. So remember, maker spaces and sweet spots can be big, they can be small, they can be on tabletops, they can be on the floor. Just make sure that it's somewhere that you feel happy and you are ready to be creative.